What's going on? We are about to start our tour of Tokyo. We're headed right now to Shinjuku Station. We've got a lot of stuff in store for you guys today. It's going to be great. I'm excited to see all this stuff. And our first stop is going to be lunch. We're going to go visit a Michelin star Japanese ramen restaurant. I'm really excited. I bet there's going to be a long line, but that's all right. That's why we're here. So let's go do it. Okay, we are coming up on the restaurant here, so I'm about to turn the corner. I'm not sure what I'm gonna find as far as a line or what's gonna happen, but let's see. All right, well, the life of the traveler is not always so great. I've arrived at the restaurant, no line, because we're closed today. So I might see if there's another restaurant. There's one in the next stop. It's actually the original. It's the first Michelin star ramen restaurant. So this is the second one. So let's go see if that one has anything to offer. If not, we'll move on and keep going about our day. So I'm walking now. I found that I can just walk there in about 12 minutes, and I'll get to the other restaurant. You know, it can be really frustrating, especially when you're traveling to, you know, get to a place and it's closed, or get to a place and it's not, you know, what you thought it was going to be. Honestly, in all of my years of travel, that's probably going to happen more often than things going right. And so it's always good to have a great attitude. It's always good to, and important really, to be able to just be flexible. Flexibility is so important, right? So you just, okay, well, this doesn't work out. We're gonna move on to the next plan. We're gonna find something else. Most of the time, if you don't panic, if you don't sort of freak out, I mean, this is just a restaurant. I'm not talking about in this instance, for example, but sometimes, you know, you've got really serious stuff you're trying to get to. You're trying to get to an immigration office. You're trying to do really, you know, trying to get to a hotel when you've been really lost. You're trying to make an appointment, all that kind of stuff. That, you know, what I found is really important to just stay calm and just find your options and go for it. And so, yeah, it's honestly, I'm a bit disappointed. I was really looking forward to that restaurant because I'd looked up some information to see which one I really would like to go to, and so that was really the one that I wanted to go to. And I sort of got this feeling that when I was getting close, I couldn't hear anyone. I couldn't hear anybody waiting, you know, talking and waiting in line. I couldn't see a lot of people walking around, and I started to get this feeling like they might be closed. So I wasn't too terribly surprised when I got there. But here's the cool thing. You know, if you really do keep your head, if you really do stay flexible, you know, you really actually many times find unique things that you never thought you would see. And so here I am walking in these Japanese Tokyo neighborhoods here. It's really cool to see all these little houses. You know, living in Seoul, Korea has its own feel. Being in China, Beijing, Guangzhou, all these places, every place has its own feel. And so it's really cool to see these homes, you know, these places where people live. And, you know, Tokyo is so similar to Seoul, and so I just sort of imagine, you know, my life in Seoul, but then what it would be like here in Tokyo. And so it's really cool, and it's really beautiful. It's actually quite peaceful here. I'm almost a little worried that I'm being too loud just talking to you all here. But it's really peaceful, it's really beautiful, and that's the thing. If you just keep calm, you can really enjoy a lot of things that you never thought you'd see. So enjoy the adventure, enjoy the journey, and that's the most important thing. So I just wanted to share that thought. It's just a thought that came to mind when this came up. It's something that I've learned over my years of travel, and wanted to pass it on to you all. So let's go eat some ramen, and I hope this place is open too. Okay, well, they're all out of tickets. They have this ticketing system, and so I guess after 3 o'clock you don't need a ticket, but it's like only 12 right now, so I don't want to wait 3 hours to eat at this place. We've got so many things I want to go see, but there you go. When you're trying to get into Michelin star restaurants, especially when they're as affordable as like $8 like that, just what's gonna happen. Next thing I've got for us is we are gonna go visit this kind of old town of Tokyo. This is not one of the main tourist sites, but what I found a lot of blogs about it. It's kind of an older style, traditional Tokyo, and so I want to go check it out. And I think they've got a lot of good food there, so let's go have lunch there. And after that, we're gonna try to visit the Imperial Palace. We're gonna try to visit Tokyo Tower. And then we're gonna finally try to end up in Shibuya, which is where that famous crosswalk is that you see in old movies. So let's go check it out, and let's see and hope that the rest of the day is not gonna go like this. Let's do it. We made it to the area. It's an area called Yanne-sen, and this is kind of an older street here in Tokyo. So let's go check it out and see what's here. So that was pretty cool. It was like, you know, in Korea we have the traditional market, so it was almost in a sense like a traditional market. It had all these little snacks and street food and stuff, but it had this sort of town kind of vibe to it. It was really cool, so I just walked through, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. One other place I wanted to visit while I was here was this cafe that's been around for quite a while now, I believe since 1938. I love coffee, and you know how this morning's been running around, walking around. Nothing's been open. Still haven't had lunch. I believe they've got a little sandwich there, so I'm gonna try to eat that, and I guess hopefully some good coffee as well. Well, that was really good and really interesting. I didn't have a chance to film while I was in there, but I had, I'll post a picture. I had an egg sandwich, which according to a lot of people I've talked to in Korea is pretty famous here in Japan. They make really good egg sandwiches. I don't know how hard it is to make an egg sandwich, but it's kind of funny to me because just for me, I grew up eating egg sandwiches not as something special, and I wouldn't pay that much money to eat an egg sandwich, but it was nice, and the atmosphere was great. It was really old, and the seats were super small. The table was really small as well, but it was a great experience. I'm glad I went. Okay, so I made it to the station. Sorry I had to cut off earlier. I was walking and talking and I realized I was in a cemetery. And just to be, respectful, not sure what the culture is in Japan on cemeteries, but I just didn't feel like filming in the cemetery is sort of something you do. So I made it to the station now, and what I realized when I was walking is I didn't tell you the name of the place I went. The name of the place I went is called Kayaba Coffee, and it was built and founded in 1938. So that was what was so cool about it. It had that nostalgic feel to it, that old feel to it. It was really, really cool. So let's go take the subway now, because we're here at the station, and then we'll see what's at the Imperial Palace. By the way, give this video a thumbs up. I've been walking around all day. I'm probably burnt right now. I don't know if you can see if my forehead is red and if my arms are red. I've been sweating, but I'm doing it all for you guys because I love you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on in Tokyo and to see what it's like to be on the road with UCO. So give it a thumbs up and let's go.